So I am just about to finish up my 8 weeks of student teaching in my first rotation, and in this rotation I got to teach in an instructional special ed classroom as well as a co-taught classroom. I really loved being in the co-taught setting because first I got the experience of seeing how co-teaching works, how teachers plan together, how a general educator and a special educator work together and how their setting is in that classroom. I also got to learn about how we set the expectations for students and pushing them into that general education classroom and how they interact with their peers, how we want to teach our special ed students that it's okay to be in the special ed setting, but we want you to be in the co-taught setting. We want to push you towards getting to meet your goals. Another thing that I loved about co-teaching with Ms. Pollen and Mrs. Nelson is that they made me feel part of the team. They introduced me as, this is our student teacher, but he is still a teacher in this room. Even when I went to open house and I met with parents, I was introduced as a teacher, and that felt awesome. I didn't feel like a student teacher. I didn't feel like someone who was just here just for a few weeks. I really felt like I was a teacher and I was respected as a teacher. And what I liked about the co-taught setting is that you work together. You do things for all of the students. You want them all to succeed. So I really like how the special educator and the general educator collaborate together, especially with the work they do outside of the classroom and planning together and figuring out what they want to do to implement in the classroom. I think that's a huge part that goes into co-teaching. It's all about collaboration and working with your other staff. I felt throughout the whole situation of my rotation, I felt like an equal member of the team. I got to sit through the planning process, sit through the collaboration. I got to sit through IEP meetings, and I got so much experience just out of the little time that I've been here. Along with following Mrs. Nelson and Mrs. Pollen's lesson plans, I got to teach it with my style and how I want to teach it. They gave me the curriculum and they told me this is what we really want to teach this week, but I got to implement it exactly how I wanted to. So I love that because that really gave me experience that I needed to find what my philosophy on teaching is and how I want to teach and just how I want to work with my students as I go through my teaching process.